Sound check. 1, 2. Sound check. Like to welcome everyone here tuning in for some Russell Cyclone basketball. Game was scheduled for 5:20, and we're about on pace. They had a delay in between games 4 and 5 that allowed them to catch back up on time, so it won't be a late start for game number 6 out of 8 games today. It's the third place game on the boys bracket. The Russellville Cyclones, your Russellville Cyclones, taking on the Vilonia Eagles. This used to be a conference matchup years ago, and it got pretty heated at times. The Cyclones actually came out on top on those at the end of the season. Russellville won back-to-back-to-back conference titles, and a couple of times doing it here at Vilonia. And in fact, one time clinching it here, taking pictures and having the lights turn off on them while they were taking pictures with the conference trophy. So used to be some bad blood between these two teams, but since both teams have switched conferences, Russellville goes to the west and Vilonia stays in the central. It subsided a little bit as the two teams have not played. The last time these two teams met, well, in the schools, as far as, just between two school teams, was just earlier this week when the Lady Eagles defeated the Russellville Lady Cyclones in game 1 of this tournament. But it's been a little bit since Russellville has played Vilonia in boys basketball. Both teams got here by winning their first round game and then losing their second round game. The Cyclones won 56-43 against Lisa Academy North in their first round game. Lost a very, very tough, a heartbreaker, tough game against Valley View, in which Russellville led the entire game except with 1 second left. The only time they didn't lead was a layup with 1 second left when they lost to Nettleton 45-44, and that happened on Wednesday night. And the Cyclones have had to live with that for a while, for a few days anyway, and that can kind of get in your psyche a little bit. As far as Vilonia, they defeated Clinton in game 1, 70-62 in the V-Town showdown. They lost to Nettleton on Thursday night, and I tell you, I watched the game and I almost turned it off at halftime. Nettleton had built up a 14-point lead in the second quarter, and Vilonia had built up that 14-point lead. Nettleton had slowly come back and just got aggressive, and Vilonia had one player that was lighting it up. It was Lane Turner, who scored more than 30 points that night, but everybody else on the team went absolutely cold. And so Nettleton ended up winning going away 56-52. It was a tough night for Vilonia because the girls had been upset just a couple hours earlier against Pulaski Academy. The game before us saw the Vilonia girls win third place as they defeated Bryant by 6 points. And we'll have the championships. They'll have the championships here of girls and then boys after us. But we're more concerned about this third place game. The Cyclones coming in just one loss. That was a few days ago. They're 6-1 on the season. The Vilonia Eagles 5-3 on the season. Vilonia started off their season defeating Lakeside very convincingly, 77-37, a 40-point victory for the Vilonia Eagles. Then they kind of hit some hard times. They back-to-back losses to Forest City and Lake Hamilton. They kind of have bounced back from that a little bit coming into the tournament, but against some smaller schools. They beat East School, Fountain Lake, and Nevada to get a 4-2 record before going 1-1 in this tournament. Your Cyclones had defeated some tough competition. They'd hosted Watson Chapel in the season opener, won that one, beat BB, Bentonville West, El Dorado, Pea Ridge, Lisa North, and then their first loss. And I said that was to Nettleton. That was actually to Valley View the other night when the Cyclones lost on that last-second lift. See, I'm already trying to wipe it from my mind like it didn't happen. The Cyclones in that game saw that Donna Villarreal he had come back. He didn't he didn't score very much in their first game, which was a victory. Even though the Cyclones lost, he got 20 of Russellville's 44 points. And he actually leads the Cyclones on the season with scoring average of just under 14 points a game. But the Cyclones really do spread out their scoring, and they have 3 players that are averaging double figures and one very close. The very close is Malachi Siner. He's averaging 9.6 points per game. But Caleb Campbell, KJ Foster, and Donovan Villarreal are the ones that are averaging double digits. Then you have Cade Smith, who could easily be scoring double digits. He got close in the loss against Valley View with 8 points in that game. You never know who's going to step up for the Cyclones. They have legitimate 4 guys that can lead the team in scoring on any given night. So you never know where it's going to come from. They'll be facing off against a tough Bologna team, and even tougher because they got the home crowd. It's a Saturday night. They had the girls play before, and it was loud during that game and really kind of altered the way Bryant played with their press in the first half and kind of shell-shocked them a little bit. They had to battle back. At one point, they were down by double digits. Ended up cutting it. They got as close as 4 late in that fourth quarter before losing by 6. And so the crowd is kind of rowdy for a Saturday night. And, that's another thing that the Cyclones will have to battle. We mentioned their main player is Lane Turner. He's a 6'5 senior, number 25. They have other guys that can score, can shoot from outside, but he is their go-to guy, and he can score from just about anywhere on the floor. He had a little over 30 points in their loss against Nettleton and had 24 of it in the first half. 25 of it in the first half, and ended up with 34 points in that game. Number 25, Lane Turner. He's their main guy, and not saying they don't have other guys that can score, but he's their best player, and I think they would even tell you that. Appreciate you joining us here. If you're watching us here on Cyclone Booth YouTube, want to tell you that our next broadcast will be Tuesday. We'll be mentioning that throughout the night. Our next broadcast of Cyclone and Lady Cyclone basketball will be Tuesday. Both teams will go to Greenbrier. That game will also be on the radio, KCJC 102.3. Now, if you just crave for some basketball, we will have it Monday night, as the Russellville Junior High teams on Monday night will be hosting BB, and we'll bring that to you also. And I get a little ahead of a introduction or announcement here. We haven't officially put it out, but on Wednesday at 3:30 at the Russellville High School cafeteria, Lady Cyclone golfer Macy Cooper will sign her letter of intent to play golf at Harding University next year. Congratulations to Macy, and if you're not doing anything about 3:30 on Wednesday, we'd love for you to come out and celebrate with Macy Cooper, back-to-back state champion for the Lady Cyclone golf team, and she's an important member of that team, going to play at Harding next year. They've already done the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance and all that before the girls' game, so we'll just have the straight introductions with Cyclones obviously being the visiting team on the floor. We'll step aside and let the PA guy do his job.
Now for the starting lineups. First for the visitors from Russellville. At guard, 6'2", number 2, Donovan Villarreal. Guard, 6'3", number 3, Malachi Siner. At forward, 6'3", 21, Caleb Campbell. At guard, at 6 foot, number 23, Kevin Foster. And at center, number 4, Willis Zappin. Head coach of the Cyclones is Greg Chenot. Now, these are the starting lineups for your Bologna Eagles. At forward, a 6'4" junior, number 24, John Sutterfield. At forward, a 6'5" senior, number 25, Lane Turner. At guard, a 5'11" senior, number
right, so a little bit of a change for Coach Chenault. Elias Zapien will get the start, the senior. He'll join Donovan Villarreal, Malachi Steiner, Caleb Campbell, and KJ Foster. Cyclones in all black. Coach Greg Chenault in his second season at Russellville, 23-8 last year, made it to the state tournament, losing to Lake Hamilton in the first round. His assistant coach is Wyatt Nahus, also joining him last year. For Valonia, Cade Keller, Harrison Lane, Brody Jansky, Jonathan Sutterfield, and number 25, Lane Turner. They're coached by Russ Pennell. He's in his first season here at Valonia. Valonia will win the opening tip. Cyclone's going to open up in a little bit of a jump trap. They do that sometimes off the tip. They do it here. Did not cause any kind of turnover, but sometimes it can help speed up play a little bit. This is Cade Keller. He'll get it over to number 5, Harrison Lane. They'll swing it around back to Keller, left side. Lost the handle on it. Posting up number 25, that's Lane Turner. He's out in the three-point land right now. Does not have the basketball. Closely guarded by Malachi Steiner. 3 seconds on the shot clock, and now traveling with the basketball. Missed the shot anyway, but traveling is the call. Good defense there by Russellville. Really bothered Valonia early on, and you could see Steiner how closely guarded he was on Turner. KJ Foster on the right side, swinging around to Villarreal, and now whistle away from the basketball. It's going to be a foul called on Russellville. Illegal screen set by Malachi Steiner. The Cyclones going to come out with a full court press. This is Jansky in the front court. Gets it to Keller, number 3. Three-pointer on the way. Miss there by Turner, but the long rebound comes to the Eagles. Turner at the top, immediately looking left. Backdoor cut wasn't there for Jansky. Good defense by Zapien. Shot clock at 22. Keller was double teamed, tried to throw it inside. Loose basketball, KJ Foster. Good job wrestling it away and not moving his feet, moving his rear end as he was parked on the court. Campbell gets it left side to Villarreal. Baseline was cut off. He's double teamed, needs some help. There's Steiner behind the backboard a little bit, but outside the lane. They'll kick it up top to Campbell. Zapien will pull the trigger on the 3. No good. Tipped straight up in the air. Knocked away by Steiner. Good job not going over the back there. KJ Foster will put it up and in. Well, you know, everybody always talks about over the back, and it's really a push, but Steiner did a good job of going straight up. There's a tip and a steal by Villarreal. Wrap around bounce pass to Zapien. Stolen away by Valonia. Cyclones could have had an easy layup there, but just couldn't get the shot up. Quickly down the floor, and now a charge taken by Caleb Campbell. That's going to be on Cade Keller, his first and the team's first. And Campbell was set up there for a while. He knew it was coming. Number 15, Lucas Powers, 6'4" senior, checks in the game, and he's going to replace Jonathan Sutterfield. They had one more substitution, Costin Graham, number 1. And he's a 5'8" junior. They're going with a little bit bigger size here. Quickly at that dead ball. Villarreal at the top. He'll take it left side of the lane, and now a charge taken. A little bit softer on that one, but Lane did take it, and it goes on Villarreal. He's knocked to the deck, and that was a little bit of acting. Not saying it wasn't a foul, but I don't think it was rough enough to knock him on the floor, but that's what you do to try to draw attention to it, so they get the foul called there. They get it just barely across the timeline with 26 seconds on the shot clock, just barely beating the 10-second count. Jansky will miss the 3, an air ball there, caught by Bedford Campbell. He gets it ahead to Zapien in the front court. Villarreal will launch the 3 in and out, literally did a circle, and we're going to get a foul called on Lucas Powers as he goes over the top of KJ Foster or Steiner. I think it was Steiner that had him blocked out. as his first and number 2 on the Vilonia Eagles team. IV cut off there. Zapien was waving down Campbell, and now whistle, and traveling is going to be the call. We've had 2 travels, 2 charges already in this ball game. Here comes the trap in the backcourt. Over to Graham. And there's Turner. He's left open. Left side, missed the 3. Campbell, his 3rd rebound already. They're throwing a little bit behind Caleb. He has a retreat to get it. I think he still had a dribble, but you don't want to risk it there. Villarreal cut off baseline. Nice little move to get the shot up, but Lane there gets the rebound. Harrison Lane, double team, ball knocked away. Zapien trying to collect it, and Lane gets the reach-in foul call. That'll be number 3 on the Vilonia Eagles and number 1 on Harrison Lane. Good defense there by Donnie V and Elias Zapien. And now a timeout called by Vilonia. This is called by Coach Russ Pennell. Calls their first timeout. He wants a 30-second timeout. A lot of action, but not a lot of scoring so far. That can change with these 2 teams very quickly. And appreciate you joining us here. This is our 6th game this week. We'll have a full slate next week, too, with junior high basketball starting back up on Monday, and both senior high teams going to Greenbrier on Tuesday, and then we got weekend tournaments, classics, all that going on right before close to getting close to Christmas break, actually. KJ was throwing it for Villarreal, but I think he was going down low looking for a screen. He had his back to the ball. So miscommunication there. Croson Graham, 5'8" junior, will inbound it. He does to Keller. Ahead to Turner. He's the guy, number 25, that dropped 34 in their loss against Nettleton. Siner started on him. Campbell was on him. They switch back. Siner's on him now as he has it on the right side. Looks for the cutter. Nothing there. They're going to set the screen. Double team to Turner. He does get the pass off to Keller. 8 seconds to shoot. Right along the baseline, shot over it. Partially blocked there by Campbell. He got a partial block there on that baseline jumper. Cade Smith into the game for the Cyclones. Did not start tonight. Wearing number 12 there. He has it. KJ Foster cut off from the baseline. Back to Cade. I'll give it left side to Donovan Villarreal. Caleb Campbell launches the 3. Misses from the left side. Rebound. Siner underneath. Puts it up. Rolls off the iron, but he's going to draw the foul. Malachi is going to the free throw line. Cyclones not hitting shots right now, but boy, they are attacking the boards and playing good, tough defense. You never get cold hitting the glass. That foul on Brody Jansky, the 5'11" senior, picks up his first. Siner coming into the game 56% from the free throw line. That'll help right there, going 2 for 2. Lane Turner in the front court. Lost the handle on it, but got it back. Didn't lose the dribble. This is Turner. He'll hand it off to Jansky. Whistle, a foul on the Cyclones. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know about that one. That's going to be on number 3, Siner. That's his second. That's tough. That's tough. He's done a great job defending Lane Turner, and he picks up 2 fouls now. Coach Chenault going to keep him in the game for now. That was tough. Looked like a clean play there. Turner, fly by, he'll wait 2 more, and then he'll launch the 3. Rebound, saved inbounds, no. Valonia had stepped out before they jumped to save it, so it'll belong to the Cyclones. If you're just tuning in, you think, wow, both teams are cold, and they kind of are, but it's been pretty exciting with the defense and attacking. As exciting a 4-0 game at this point can be. Campbell thought about it. Once you don't pull the trigger, you got to do something else. He does. A little turnaround jumper for Caleb Campbell. All right. Cyclones lead at 6-0. They're in the front court. It's Keller. He'll give it off to Lucas Powers, and we get a foul call on the Cyclones, and Coach Chenault's beside himself on this. That'll be on Campbell, his first. At least it's somebody with just one.
His first, 14 fouls.
This is Keller. Reverse layup is good for Watkins, and that's their first bucket of the game. Cade Watkins, number 30 on the roster that we were giving, but he's number 4 tonight. Might be number 4 all year. You never know about the rosters of other teams. Jalen Thompson will check in for Russellville. He'll replace Malachi Siner. Jalen getting some varsity minutes here in a big game. Villarreal. The KJ. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Caleb Campbell reins it in. His 16th made three-pointer of the season. Turner taking a baseline whistle foul called on Russellville. This will be on Thompson. Did not get over there in time. Whistled for the blocking foul. That was a good call. And it'll send Lane Turner to the free throw line. He missed it. That was number 1 on Thompson, the 15th foul, but again, it was a shooting foul anyway. Out of bounds. Nine-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. There's 18 seconds to shoot. Goes right to Caleb. Little fade away from 15. Well, there was a point in the game against Valley View where he was just on fire. And he's starting off like this already. And there's Caleb flying into the bench to make that play. Big hand clap from the Cyclone faithful who made the short trip over here to Valonia. They'll hand it back to Lane. Looking for Turner. He's setting a screen, though. Pick and roll's not there. Almost traveled there. They go inside, and guess who gets the steal? Campbell. He's looking at the clock. He knows how much time he's going to launch this one on the buzzer, and he's not Superman. If he is, he would have made that one. He made everything else. The Cyclones lead it 11-3 after 1. All right, in that first quarter, the Cyclones were led by Campbell with 7 points, 2 points each for K.J. Foster and Malachi Siner. Valonia, 2 points from Cade Watkins and 1 point from Lane Turner. Cyclones did a good job on Lane Turner, but you just figure it's a matter of time. Let's try to build up as big a lead before that guy gets hot. Foul trouble, well, Siner's got 2. Nobody else with more than 1 on either team. That second one was kind of tough, too. Cyclones will have it to start the second quarter. Villarreal, Campbell, and they're going to get a legal screen call. Yeah, I could see they like calling that, and that's number 2 on Campbell. And he didn't move his feet, but he might have shifted a little bit. A lot of times they call that, but Bologna's going to throw it away. Villarreal, K.J. Foster, Caleb Campbell, Siner, and Cade Smith on the floor to start the second quarter. So 4 of the starting 5, but 2 guys on the floor for Russellville with 2 fouls. Well, it went for what looked like the pick and roll, but didn't actually set the pick. And I'm glad, too, because you never know what they're going to call. Siner posting up. They draw the double team. Somebody's open. It's Cade Smith in the corner. Missed the 3. And there's Campbell trying to get the rebound, but he stepped out. It'll belong to Valonia. I'm getting close to a 5-second count, but they do get it in. When you hear that loud whistle, that's Russ Pennell, the coach, first-year coach for Valonia. That's the second time we've heard it. Everybody can hear it. They're trying to change the play there. 22, we don't have him on the roster. We'll wait and see who that is. This is Watkins. He has the only bucket for Valonia. They'll give it off. Shot no good. The follow won't go, tipped around, and let's see, they're going to save it in bounds. Whistle, foul, count the basket, and this is going to be number 3 on Caleb Campbell. They just doesn't look like a lot of contact there, and I think that's what Coach Chenault's upset about. Looked like we backed off a little bit. And that's number 3 on Caleb. And so now, Coach Chenault, you wonder if he's going to have to take Caleb out. He's our leading scorer so far with 7 points. And Campbell's asking, what did I do wrong? And he said, you got him with the hip, I guess. Maybe you turned. I'm guessing, having to guess what he said. Zapian will check in. So the Cyclones are probably without Caleb for the remainder of the half. And you hate to see a game turn on a foul call, but it might here. So let's make sure it doesn't. Zapian, right side. It's in and out. Whistle, foul underneath. It's going to stay here. It's going to be on Valonia as they hooked Siner. It's be on Keller, his second. And Lane Turner will check back in for Valonia. Comes to Siner, handed off to Villarreal. Cyclones got to find some offense with Campbell on the bench with 3 fouls. Zapian missed that one. He's not missing by much. He's the last 2. That one's short and the other one rimmed out. Harrison Lane gives it over left side to Keller. He'll knock down the 3. And they're within a bucket. A 3-point play when Campbell went out with his 3rd foul. A 3-point shot now. And traveling's going to be the call. And now in for the first time for Russellville, number 11, Mateus Borges. He'll replace Zapian. Ball tipped still in the backcourt. Get a foul called on the Cyclones there. And this will be on Cade Smith, his first.
Russell foul, charge number 12, Cade Smith. His first. 13 foul on the Cyclones.
There's the double team as they got Keller double team up back against the half-court line. Backdoor cut, and they mishandled it. They had a wide open layup after beating the trap, but Lane mishandled it. The Cyclones going to get it, try to extend this lead a little bit. KJ gets it over right side. Cade Smith, double team. Villarreal's going to be called for the travel. Lane Turner will hit the layup. Glad they didn't call a foul on that one. We're all tied. Cyclones led by 9. It's a tie ball game now, and Mateus Borges goes all the way. There's that whistle again. And Coach Pinnell of Bologna changing the offense here. They're inviting Keller to drive, and he thought about it, backed off a little bit. He's winning a screen set right side. They'll take a baseline underhanded scoot pass to Watkins. Good job there by Keller. We're tied once again. This is Signer backing his way in. No, kick it out, Cade Smith, and he'll miss the 3. Saved in by Signer, but to Bologna. Cyclones can't buy a bucket. Campbell, again, is charged with his 3rd foul. He had to sit down a couple minutes ago. He has 7 of Russellville's 13 points. Ball knocked away there by Villarreal. And now they're going to offensive foul call on Cade Keller. Saw him hook earlier. That's what they call there. That'll be 3 on him and the 2nd team foul. He's not their best player. The best player is number 25, but he's been their 2nd best scorer anyway. And he's going to stay in the ball game. They're going to have Lane Turner check out. But the foul was called on Cade Keller. I wonder if they didn't realize. They just now realize that that's 3 fouls. They're trying to get him out of the game now. Russellville's confidence from the outside might be a little shaken, but you got to keep. I think he took 2 steps there, folks. I mean, I know he was stumbling to the ground, but I think he was only 1, 2, and then he threw it in the corner. And just because he's going down doesn't mean it takes a 3rd step. It's 2 steps to be a traveling call. Graham in the game. And the ball knocked away, stolen from Graham by Villarreal. Here's Cade Smith in the lane, kicks it back out. Borges thought about it, pulls the trigger on the 3. That one won't go. Graham the rebound. Reverse layup partially blocked there by Villarreal. Malachi Signer on the break, knocked away. It'll be off of, should be off of them. Okay, they do. They had the official that was trailing the play threw his palms up. He didn't know. And so they do give it to Russellville, but we'll have a timeout. Cyclones will have it underneath their own bucket. Villarreal gets it into Signer, back to Donnie V, who has not scored here in this ball game. 18-footer for Donnie V, short there. Turner is going to be fouled there. You know, whether you foul or not, as soon as you bring your hand forward, you're going to get called for that, and that's number 3 on Signer. It'll happen every time. That's number 3 on him, 14 foul, and Cyclones really got to weave their way in and out of foul trouble here. Malachi with 3, and Bologna takes their first lead of the game here, doing it at the free throw line, fitting there. Signer going to stay in the game. Turner's their leading scorer on the season. He hits 1 of 2. Cade Smith, three-pointer left side. No, rebound tipped up and in there by Malachi Signer. He gives the Cyclones back a 2-point lead. Good job, Malachi. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. There's Lane over to Powers. This is Turner. Lane Turner is deflected a little bit, and he's saying, I'll set the screen, you go that way. 9 seconds to shoot. Lane Turner with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Harrison Lane, catch and shoot, and he'll just throw it up there. Doesn't hit anything. And they blow it dead, but they shouldn't have, because we had possession there, unless it went out of bounds, but the officials signaled shot clock violation, but we had it. They should not have blown that dead. We caught it before the shot clock violation, but either way, we have the basketball. Villarreal will attack baseline, stops there, passes on the shot there. Cade Smith jump stop in the lane, needs some help, bounce pass off the leg there of Powers, and should not be a kick ball unless he made a kicking motion, but it goes off his leg. If he does, you need to reset the shot clock to 15. Okay, and that's what they do call, and they do set it. It was at 10. They put it at 15. The only time you reset the shot clock on a kick ball is if it's below 15 seconds and you reset it to 15 seconds. If it's above, you don't reset it at all. Cade Smith has the inbounds pass. 13 seconds on the shot clock. KJ Foster, nice little pump fake. Couldn't get the shot to go, though. But he got his man up in the air, got a clean look at it. We're in the final minute of the first half. Cyclones leading by a point. Harrison Lane gets it over to Lucas Powers. This is Lane Turner. Back to Powers. Shoots it over his man and over the rim, too. Long pass down the floor. Malachi got behind everybody. And what a great pass there from Cade Smith. There you hear the whistle. That's their coach. He's telling them, slow it down. Slow it down. He wants to play for one shot here. Powers. Boy, it looked like he traveled there, but he knocks down the three. He switched pivot foot. I don't think the official saw it. And the length of the floor shot actually hit the ceiling right up there. And that's how we end the first half. Low scoring, a lot of fouls called, a lot of fouls on the wrong people. The Cyclones have Steiner and Campbell with 3 fouls, but they are tied at 17 at halftime. We're going to pause just a moment to do some totaling for you and come back and tell you what's on tap next week for the Cyclone and Lady Cyclones, and also have stats for you before we get back to action in the second half. The Cyclones and Lady Cyclones will play on Tuesday. They'll go to Greenbrier for a non-conference game. We'll have that game for you here on Cyclone Booth and also on the radio on 102.3 KCJC. Then on Thursday, Friday, Saturday of next week, the Lady Cyclones will go to Joplin, Missouri to take place in a tournament there. The boys will actually be at the Arvest Classic in Rogers. And they'll be playing Parkview, Missouri, Rogers High School, and Greenwood on Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday. We'll have all three games for you. The Thursday night game for Russellville, they got the late game Thursday night, 8:30. And then they play at 7 o'clock on Friday night and at noon, I think 12:30 actually on Saturday. So that's what's going on for the senior boys next week. We will have junior high action next week too, as Russellville Whirlwinds 8th and 9th grade teams host BB there at the junior high gym. Lady Cyclones lost earlier today to Mountain View. They lost the game 73-41. Did not have any players in double figures, but Jasmine Garcia had 9 points, as did Kyra White. 8 points for Soraya Stroud in that ball game. 6 points for Aubrey Farr, a career high for her. 4 points for Kana Keister. 2 points for McKinley Walls. 3 points for Morgan Young. Lady Cyclones fall to 2-6 with that loss to the Lady Yellow Jackets of Mountain View. Third place game here, as Cyclones were beaten by Valley View on Wednesday night on a last-second layup. And Valonia gave up a 14-point lead against Nettleton to lose by 4. In this first half, the Cyclones were led by Caleb Campbell, 7 points, but he has 3 fouls. Malachi Siners next up with 6 points, but he also has 3 fouls. And 2 points for KJ Foster and Mateus Borges. For Valonia, they were led by Cade Keller, who had 6 points, 4 points for Lane Turner and Cade Watkins, and 3 points for Lucas Powers. They were not as impacted on the foul side as Russellville was, but they do have one player with 3 fouls. You're watching the girls team warm up. This will be the championship game of the girls side, taking place after our boys. It's West Side Greer's Ferry there on your right, Pulaski Academy there on your left. Valonia won the third place game over Bryant. They were beaten by PA pretty convincingly, actually. They were pretty much trailed the whole game. On the boys' side for the finals, it'll be Nettleton against Valley View. Two teams that are very close together, proximity-wise, travel all the way to Valonia to play a game. But this has been a good tournament for both teams because not only do you see some different teams that you haven't seen, but you're seeing some teams in 5A that you might see on down the road at the state tournament. We know that it's rumored that there are 3 teams or 3 schools that are bidding on the state tournament. Russellville is rumored to be one of those 3. Harrison, Van Buren has thought about it, but Van Buren got to host the volleyball state tournament. So there's a chance that Russellville High School may be hosting the 5A state tournament. You never know. That usually they have to have sometime in December when you have to have that bid in, and then they announce it in January. So I do know that Russellville's interested. I do know that Harrison's interested, but we'll see. Appreciate you joining us here. We've seen close to 60 and maybe more, maybe less. I've seen 60 viewing. Appreciate everybody when you tune in to give us those views. We love to see that. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Love to run up our totals there. We don't make anything off of it. I just like telling other schools how many people we have watching our game, to be honest with you. There's a little over a minute left before we start third quarter, and Valogna's still in the locker room. You know, maybe I'm being a homer here, but it just really feels like we outplayed Valogna in that first half, but don't really have the score to show for it. So it makes me kind of nervous. You know, we held them down a little bit, but cold shooting, foul situation was tough to overcome there. So maybe we can catch fire in the third quarter. They've blown the buzzer 45 seconds, and Valogna's still in there. Maybe we can start before they come out and grab a couple easy buckets. And now we see Valogna emerging here with 26 seconds left on the clock. It'll be Valogna basketball when we start action here. Okay, KJ Foster, Caleb Campbell, Signer, Villarreal, and Zapien, the original starting five out there. Fake the pass there to Keller. Looking down low for Turner, and with the left hand, he gets the shot, and that's their largest lead of the game. They led by a point on a free throw made by Turner, and now his layup there, just his second field goal of the game, but he's got 6. Gives them a 2-point lead. Cyclones led by as many as 9. Actually, that's what they led by. I think they led by 7 when Campbell had to come out because of the third foul. Villarreal hits the shot, and they're going to say his foot was on the line. I believe it was. His right foot was there on the line, so a long 2 there, and we're all tied at 19. Sutterfield, who started number 24, played like a couple minutes and then was pulled, never saw him again, is in there. Made a nice pass there. Gets the pass down here. Nobody was on him, didn't realize it. They reversed it out to Turner, who'll knock down the three-pointer. His first 3, and he's going to starting to catch fire a little bit. As he's got 9. He only had 4 in the entire first half. He had 34 in their loss against Nettleton on Thursday night. Villarreal, he's starting to catch fire too. That's his first 3. He did not score at all in the first half. 5 points here in this quarter already. Villarreal draws Turner. In the corner there to Lane. This is Harrison Lane with Lane Turner on his right. And he stepped out. Good defense there by Signer, forcing him to go even closer to the baseline than he wanted to. Give it to Villarreal. Hey, somebody's hot. You keep feeding the ball until he's not on fire anymore. Donnie V at the top will pass on the 3 there. They put both hands on him. That's the handshake. You put one, you're okay. You put both, they'll always get you because you're impeding there. You're gaining an advantage. And that goes on Cade Keller. That's number 4 on him. Surprised they put him on Villarreal. He's not, I don't think he's quick enough. I'm not saying that. I'm saying because he had 3 fouls. But as soon as he put that second hand on him, that's the foul call. Zapian gets it over to Donnie V, who now on him is Watkins. And now Watkins is going to get a reach in there, impeding his route to the basket. They really don't have an answer to guard Donnie V, who can slash his way to the basket like that and is tall and powerful like Villarreal is. And they're having to play defense with their hands and arms, and that's what's giving them the fouls. Zapian comes off a screen, wide open look, misses that one. KJ Foster can't save it there. He traveled. Yep. Jonathan Sutterfield traveled with the basketball there. I'll be honest, I don't know why he slowed up to look behind him. I don't know if the coach had whistled that made him slow up, because it looked like they had a man transition there. A man up transition. I mean, they had more players than we did down the floor. Jump stop by Campbell, and he'll be whistled for the travel there. They'll call that if you don't land both feet at the same time. Three-pointer by Turner is no good. Rebound hits the deck and taken away there by KJ Foster. They're going to call a jump ball situation. It'll belong to Russellville there. I wish they would have just given us the steal. Cade Smith will check in for the Cyclones, but good job there. Sutterfield had it, and if KJ doesn't tie him up, it's not long before he goes right back up with it. .13 seconds on the shot clock. KJ Foster, the long-range three. There's Siner with the board. Puts it up and in. Malachi Siner's got 8. Russellville gets the lead back. Watkins closely guarded by Foster. Russellville will make the switch, and they'll double team. Man open on the right side is Lane. He'll miss the three. KJ with the board. KJ will bring up the floor himself. Bounce pass down low to Malachi. Somebody's open. They reverse it around, find the open man in the corner. Smith can't cash in on the three. That's what I'm saying. The Cyclones just not finishing it, but they're getting the good open looks. Glad that one didn't go in. That had three-point play written all over it, but Brody Jansky going to go to the line to shoot 2. I believe this one's going to be on Cade Smith. It should be. He's the one that was there. His second. Hit them both. All tied once again. Nice little drive there by Smith, but missed from the inside. Powers there. I think he was coming to screen, and they gave him the basketball. 12 seconds is on the shot clock. They've taken a while just throwing it around the three-point line. Jansky lost it in the lane. KJ pushing it ahead. It's a 2-on-1. He'd dump it down low there to Campbell. And good job by KJ Foster. You wait. When it's a 2-on-1, you want that defender to commit. And he was content just to wait as long as he could. Got the assist. Campbell gets the bucket. Caleb's got 9. Cade Watkins, double team on him. He does get the pass away. In the corner, wide open look there for Powers. Russellville has it on the move. Cade Smith, whistle, and what we got? Oh, illegal screen. This will be on KJ Foster. All right. Cade Smith will check out for Russellville. And Cyclone's going to come in with, I think that's Marcellus Olson. He's usually number 1, but he's wearing number 5. Runner in the lane is good there by Watkins. Marcellus easily the fastest player on the floor. I think it's going to be safe to say on that. Here's Caleb Campbell from 3. That one won't go. And Siner had tipped away, but saved straight to Harrison Lane. And charge. They just drew a foul on Lane Turner, their leading scorer on the season. That's his first. Siner taking it. Good job with holding his ground on the drive. He knew he was going to throw it in the corner, but you stick with it. And, boy, Malachi is so good at that. Villarreal, catch, shoot, top of the key, 3. That's what I'm talking about, shooting it in rhythm. If you ever hesitate, you might as well not shoot it. Step into that pass, shoot the 3 like Donnie V just did. They thought about answering their Powers. Almost airballed the last one from the right corner. It grazed the back of the iron. That time he passed on the one from the left corner. He'll catch it. He's wide open inside, put up and in.
Jackson.
And Cyclones turning the basketball over. And now we have a whistle and a foul called. This will be on Marcellus Olson. Diving for it, trying to get it back for Russellville. His first, the team's 3rd. And now Zapien will check in replacing Olson. I don't think that's anything bad. I think you're just trying to get another shooter in there because Coach Shinola may be thinking, hey, we might get another shot here, even though the shot clock is turned off. There was 34 and change left when they inbounded the ball. But they seemingly going to hold for one shot here. Harrison Lane picks up his dribble. They do get it to Jansky. Fired in on the left side, 3-pointer, out of bounds. Oh, I thought that hit off Harrison Lane. They're going to say it. They're going to give it to Valonia. I thought Harrison Lane touched that coming out. Travel. Travel's the call. There's 3.1 seconds left. Cyclone should inbound it on the side. Yeah, they're going to move him over there because that's where the travel happened. KJ got to launch one quick. And he misses. After 3, the Cyclones cling to a 1-point lead. After 3, the Cyclones are led by Caleb Campbell with 9 points, 8 points for Siner, 8 points for Villarreal, who scored all 8 there in the third quarter, 2 points each for Borges and KJ Foster. For Valonia, they're led by Lane Turner with 9 points, 6 points each for Watkins and Keller. and 5 points for Powers. The Cyclones still have Caleb Campbell and Malachi Siner each with 3 fouls. They played that quarter, did not commit their 4th. Keller the only one in foul trouble for Valonia. It'll be Cyclone basketball to start the 4th and final period. Zapian, Campbell, Siner, Villarreal, and KJ Foster will start. They've started 3 of the 4 quarters. This set 5. Elias will give it over to KJ. Villarreal was coming off a screen, wanted it, couldn't get it to him. Taking it baseline there is Campbell. Missed the drive shot. There's Foster to get the rebound inside. Throws in the corner. Caleb Campbell's 3 is no good. And Valonia has the rebound. Whistle foul called on Russellville there. Will that be on Donnie V? That'd be his second. And frustration by the Cyclone fans finally starting to spill out on the floor a little bit. You can hear a lot more of the fans being upset about the foul situation. But players just got to keep playing hard, play through it. Lane Turner gave it up to Powers. Backing his way out, 5 seconds left on the shot clock. He traveled. Again, they panic a little bit, not so much the shot clock violation, which they've only had 1, but they've had a few where it's gotten down and they've either airballed the shot or turned the ball over. I think that's the second travel they've had with the shot clock winding down. Siner posting up down low, couldn't get it to him. Villarreal, and another hand check foul. You put 2 hands, you can't do that. It's not allowed. Not allowed 2 hands on the defender or on the offensive player. That's number 2 on Lane. He's not in foul trouble at all. And now a couple of substitutions coming in for Valonia. Number 3, Cade Keller, and Cade Watkins, number 4. And now an offensive foul called on Russellville. This will be on Elias Zapian. We're getting paid by the whistle. That's his first, the team's second. Go inside, ball taken away, and now jump ball will be called. It'll belong to Valonia. Shot clock does not reset. It should be Cyclone basketball because they got it at the start. Didn't they? I may be wrong about that. We'll never know. It's Valonia basketball now. Lane Turner, top of the key, 3-pointer. Shows why he's their main scorer, hitting key shots at the right time, and he gives Valonia a 2-point lead with that 3-point shot. He's in double figures with 12. Villarreal will catch that one near the corner. That one scared me. I thought that was to KJ, and he was going to set a screen. Zapian left alone in the corner. Missed the 3. KJ tips it, trying to keep it alive, goes off of Valonia's. Cade Watkins out of bounds. Boy, Zapian's a really good shooter, and he's just struggling tonight, but left that wide open. You just figure it's a matter of time before they start dropping, and sometimes you drop one and it affects the whole team. Jansky, he'll get around Jansky, no problem. There's Campbell, spin move with the left hand. Caleb's in double figures, and we're tied. Three-pointer trying to answer, no good. Campbell the rebound. Caleb thought about it. He can hit it from way out there. Good up to Zapian, and Russell will restart the offense. 26 seconds on the shot clock, plenty of time. They've not had issues with winding the shot clock down. They've gotten in their offense pretty quickly, and now they're going to say stepped out of bounds. And Cade Smith will check in, replacing Elias. Smith is another one we can get going. He's a really good outside shooter. We just need somebody to hit something and get the whole team going. That little spin move by Campbell to tie this basketball game. Russell could sure use a defensive stop here to get back up. Three-pointer isn't been good there by Lane Turner. His third straight three, and now we have a timeout. This is the largest lead by Valonia here at 3 points. And Russellville will take a timeout here with 4:32 left in the ball game. Cyclones turning this into a full timeout here. Russellville with 3 left, 4 left for Valonia. That three-pointer by Lane Turner, he's hit his last 3 pointers. Three three-pointers. He has 15 points in the game, was held just with 1 bucket, 4 points in the first half. But with the Cyclones in foul trouble, they've had to change their defense a little bit, and that's changed how they've guarded him and left him open out on the side. Signer with 3 fouls, Caleb Campbell with 3 fouls, and Villarreal and Cade Smith each with 2. But this is the largest lead for Valonia. The Cyclones' largest lead was 11-2 way back in the first quarter. I'm sorry, yeah, in the first quarter. That's when it was. And when Campbell went out with his 3rd foul is when they came back and tied it on 9 straight points. But you got to play through that. On the road, you play through everything. Cade Smith banks in a 3, will take it. That's his first bucket of the game, and we're all tied. Ball tipped away and stolen by Villarreal. 2-on-1, didn't really have the angle. Gets it to KJ, pump fake in the lane, puts it up and in. Good feed there by Villarreal. And KJ Foster with the bucket, and the Cyclones have scored the last 5 points. And now a timeout by Valonia with 3:44 left. They'll use a 30-second timeout. Russ Pennell, this is his first year at Valonia. He played at Arkansas. If you have a good memory, he played 1 season back in the 79-80 season and went to UCA. And he's been all over. He graduated from Pittsburgh State, was assistant there, assistant at Oklahoma State, Arizona State. He was the interim head coach at Arizona. This is where you may know him from. When Lute Olson retired suddenly, this guy from Valonia is the one that took over and was the interim head coach that year. And he went 19-13 as the interim coach there at the Arizona. You say, what is he doing here? Well, he's nearing the end of his career, and he's got family in the area. We're going to get a foul called before anything was inbounded on Villarreal. That's his 3rd. Come on, this is getting ridiculous now. I say a hold there. And a foul there on Villarreal, and now he's got 4. So Donnie V just picks up 2 quick fouls, and he's got 4. He's got 4. Signer and Campbell still with 3. And Donnie V's just got to be careful now. He can't pick up his 5th. This man gets anywhere 15 feet in, you just got to let him go. See, that last one I don't like because the ball's kind of fluttering there in the air. It's anybody's ball. Almost like in football when it's up for grabs, everybody kind of has a right to it. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Jump stop in the lane, whistle, and traveling's the call. That's the 3rd time that they've had a travel when the shot clock is winding down. Cade Smith, right side, misses the 3 there. KJ almost had the board. In transition, they'll throw it in the corner there. 3-pointer on the way. This one's short. Donnie V the rebound. He's wanting to force it. A little contact there. They're not going to call that. Donnie V, they left him alone. Missed the 3. Could have made him pay there. That was awkward because they stopped Villarreal and then just turned around and left him. They left him open there on the right side. They got away with one there, leaving him open. Turner. Got the touch foul there. Signer got the worst of that. He took an elbow to the mouth. And I don't think it was an offensive foul. Don't think it was anything. But they get the foul called on Signer, and he's got 4. 15 foul. It's a shooting foul anyway, but they're going to shoot 2 free throws from here on out. Anything called on Russellville. He's got 16. Gets them both, and we're tied. I know officials don't look at the foul situation, but I'll bet you we might be getting a couple fouls on Bologna because they're probably thinking, wait a minute, it's like 5-1. Sometimes it has a way of evening out subconsciously. As Signer missed the shot there. This was partially blocked going up. Bologna has it, and they could take the lead here with 2 minutes left. Harrison Lane to Lane Turner. Russellville will make the switch there. Mishandled on the bounce pass, KJ Foster. Stop there and a blocking foul called as they tried to take the charge. Lane, who had taken a charge earlier, there just wasn't enough contact there, and I think if he just gets bumped and doesn't go down, they don't blow any whistle at all. And the Cyclones will take a timeout here. They've got 3 left. They'll have 2 left after this. They're going to take a timeout here. We're in crunch time, 1:36 left to go. Russellville tied with Bologna. That was the 2nd team foul called on Bologna. They can foul us 3 more times before they put us on the line. But Russellville has to be careful. Foul situation, Villarreal with 4, Signer with 4, Campbell with 3. But the Cyclones hanging in there. They're tied. They're gutting this one out. They'll have 2 timeouts left. Bologna will have 3. I mentioned that their coach was an interim coach at Arizona. You may know him from there. Well, he was the coach at UCA. To be fair, he was there for 7 years, and I mean he's been all over. When I say all over, I mean he was an interim head coach of the Phoenix Mercury in the WNBA. He has been all over. Villarreal will lob this one in to Signer. He'll hand it off to Donnie V. Right side, Campbell, 3-pointer, won't go. Signer battling to get the rebound. Shot partially blocked there. Russellville wants a foul, not going to get it. Not going to get the foul called there. Signer thought he was hit on the arm. They'll go inside to Turner, quick puts it up, and they've got the lead. Turner's got 19. Cyclones down 2. Coach Chenault's trying to get a timeout. He gets one here with 1:03 left. Russellville down 2 with 1:03 left. Cyclones down 2, calling this timeout here with 1:03 left. This is KJ. Villarreal was open in the corner, but the opposite corner from where the ball was. Donnie V with 24 seconds on the shot clock. Drive, double team, a little bit of contact. Can't get the call. Rattles in and out on the shot. Russellville needs a stop. If they foul, though, they will put them on the line. 8-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And they dribbled it off his foot into the backcourt. This is going to be Cyclone basketball. Cade Keller dribbled it off his own foot and into the backcourt. An unforced error. Russellville has it. And now I believe Bologna wants to take a timeout. Russellville with 1 left. Bologna now with 2 left. Russellville was not going to foul there. They're going to play tough defense and see what happens. And an unforced error by the Bologna Eagles. And now, if you're the Cyclones, what do? You're down 2. Do you wait for the last shot? Do you go for something quicker to see what happens just in case you miss it? You could foul and put them back on the line. Do you go for a 2? Do you go for a 3 here? The 3's not been good to Russellville for the whole game. They have hit 1 here in the fourth quarter. That was a bank-in shot by Cade Smith. Campbell's hit 1. Villarreal's hit a couple 3s. Russellville trying to win ugly here. They would love to go 2-1 in this tournament. .8 seconds left officially. Our clock is not synced exactly with the clock here. The shot clock is off. Russellville with 1 timeout left and Bologna with 2. This is Foster. The signer. He'll swing it around right side. Cade Smith was coming off a screen. Quick pass in the corner. Villarreal will work his way in. Spin move. Feeds it underneath. Cutting the basket beautifully. Great pass there to Campbell. Bologna lost. They traveled with it. They traveled with the basketball with .9 seconds left. He tried the jump stop, but you can't take 1 step and then jump stop like that. And Coach Chenault, with .9 seconds left, wants to take a timeout. Boy, I wish this was college basketball, women's college, where you could advance at the half court. But Russellville going to have to go the full 94 feet, or at least part of it, with .9 seconds left. That's a good call. I was worried they were going to call a blocking foul, but he took 3 steps well before any contact. Didn't reward him there. The Cyclones and Bologna all tied here at 38. The Cyclones led 11-3 at the end of the first quarter. That's when they started having the foul issues. We were tied at 17 at the half. Russellville had a 1-point lead at the end of the third, 29-28. And we're all tied here with .9 seconds left. They're not going to put anybody on the basketball. You can't run the baseline here. It's tipped, and that should be it. We're going to overtime. Overtime period, put 4 minutes on the clock. The fouls stay exactly where they are, so we'll have 2 called on them. They'll have 5 called on us, so they get to shoot free throws on anything we get called for the foul on, and it'll continue to mount there. So but it'll jump ball and all that. You also get one extra timeout. So the Cyclones will get one timeout because they were out of timeouts. And they'll add one to the total of Valonia for the overtime period. You know, we got to go back to what a beautiful play design that Russellville had with Donovan Villarreal backing his way in, facing. Everybody thought they were lunging to him to try to come with a double team, and going back door was Caleb Campbell. Donnie V got the assist. Caleb picked up the bucket to tie the game. Caleb's got 13 points at the end of regulation. Villarreal with 8, Siner with 8. 4 points for KJ Foster, 3 for Cade Smith, and 2 for Borges. For Valonia, Lane Turner with 19 points in the game, 6 each for Keller and Watkins, and 5 for Lucas Powers. 2 points for Brody Jansky. You don't switch ends, but you do jump ball. Do a jump ball again. This time it'll be Siner jumping against Powers. Here in the overtime period of the third place game of the V-Town Showdown. Lob it inside for Turner. 3-point try in the corner. This one rims out. The follow there is good by Powers. He hadn't attacked the basket like that. Surprised there, but he does have 7 points. Russellville trailing by 2 here in the overtime period. KJ will launch one left side. Looked good when it left his hand, but it hits the back of the iron. And Valonia going to slow it down. This is where we're thankful we got the shot clock, because they would be milking it here even more so. Looked like it took too many steps there, but they don't whistle at that time, and now they're up 2 possessions. Looked like it took an extra step. They got him for it near the end of regulation, but they don't call him for it there. Villarreal takes 2 steps and gets the bucket and cut the lead in half. Keller had galloped his way to his 8th point. Villarreal's now got double figures with 10. Keller tried the wrap-around bounce pass, and Siner steals it ahead to Villarreal. Coming in from the right side, blocked from behind. There's a lot of contact there. I think the block also got part of the arm, and Keller has just fouled out of the basketball game, if that's him. That's just the 3rd team foul on Valonia. It's going to send Villarreal to the free throw line for the first time tonight. And Brody Jansky will check in for the Eagles. We're all tied. Cyclones going to soft man defense here in the backcourt. Thought about a trap there. Harrison Lane in the front court. Get this one in the corner. 3-pointer is short. Tipped up high in the air, and Campbell collides there. He's down on the collision. Jansky gets away with a travel. And we should have had it, and Caleb Campbell is bleeding from the face there. I don't know if it's a lip or a nose, but there's blood on the floor. And that's why the officials stopped it. And Russellville fans are upset that there wasn't a foul called. Valonia fans are upset that they stopped the play, so everybody's upset at the official, but there's blood on the floor. Don't want to gross anybody out, but show you that that's what the official saw. And that's what Coach Chenault, he's asking, what's the call here? And he thought that we had taken the ball over when they blew it dead. And so he's just getting an explanation of where the ball is going to be. And that takes out one of your best scorers, too. That's what's bad about it. I mean, I hope Caleb's okay, but I know he's probably thinking about that he'd rather be in the game to help shoot. And they got to clean this up. They have not had good cleaning crew this week, we've noticed. Whenever there's been slippage on the floor, they didn't have a mop or anything out, and they're waiting to get the blood cleaned off of the floor. We saw Caleb Campbell go back to the trainer's room with the Valonia trainer. And I tell you, they're talking about it, and look, could have been a foul. You don't know. I could say, well, both players are going for the ball. The problem with that is the same thing happened with Donovan Villarreal in his fourth foul. Ball was in the air. Two players collided. The Valonia player hits the deck, and they call the foul on Valonia. So that's where the Russellville fans are thinking, hey, it's the same thing. Now, on the play, though, it sure looked like they had missed the shot and might have been Russellville basketball. I don't know if the officials are talking about this or just talking about different things. But Coach Chenault was lobbying for the fact that, hey, it should be our ball. And we're still waiting for somebody to come clean up. Everybody's standing around. Nobody's cleaning up the blood. And, I mean, this is fine with us because maybe Caleb, if he's not too bad injured, could come back into the game. And okay, you're going to need something more than gauze to clean that up. You're going to need some alcohol, some wet wipes, and then you're going to have to dry the floor. We got 2:06 left in the overtime period, and when they caught up with the regular time to start this game on time, we're pushing the championship games back with what's going on here with the overtime period and this. The collision, if you just joined us, the collision on that play, Caleb Campbell had collided with a Valonia player, and we're not sure what he busted, either a nose or a lip or something. Coach Jeremy Simon of the Valonia Lady Eagles out there, he knows what to do. He comes out there with a wet rag, and that's what you do. And they're following Caleb's path because it was it was a blood trail over to the side and then to the trainer's room. So it wasn't just that spot. They're going over and making sure all the blood is cleaned up. It's funny, it took a long time for anybody to decide to clean it up. It was a not my job situation. And now, I don't think Nahu's going to be happy, but just about a look of his face, they're talking about whatever the call was. And now Coach Chenault's getting the explanation. I don't think he's happy with it, but he's going to go talk to his team and say, okay, here's what we got to do. Reverend Tom Scott, I have no idea what the officials are saying to the coaches. I don't know if they're trying to explain away why this is Valonia's basketball. Russellville fans wanted a foul. Coach Chenault wanted the ball. He said, hey, they had possession when they blew it dead. I'll be honest with you, I don't know, because once I saw Caleb go down, I was looking because I could see the blood dripping. From our angle, you could see it dripping. I don't want to gross anybody out, but you knew something was going on there. And they're coming out with more tissues. And the officials saying, nope, it's still not cleaned up. So they're waving them back to the bench. We just hope it's not a broken nose or anything. I'm looking over and I can see where Craig Campbell was sitting. And now he is not in this seat anymore, which makes me think he's made his way back to the training room. see that red shirt back there? That's where the training room is. And there we see Craig Campbell, the father of Caleb. He's back there checking on Caleb. So they are going to give it to Valonia out on the side. They get a fresh 35, 2:06 left. Cyclones fell down by 4 in the overtime period. And they have come to since tie it up on a couple free throws by Villarreal. Lane Turner puts it up and in. He's got 21 points. Zapien draws a double team. Villarreal's 3 was blocked. I drew chance from the crowd. Some excitement there. We'll get a hand check foul called and still not going to shoot free throws. Yeah, you're right. Tom Scott says they'll call it tighter, and he's right. Thing is I'm a proponent of 2 players going for the ball, you don't call anything. But the fact they called it on Villarreal for his 4th. It was a 3-pointer knockdown by Zapien. When they did that to Villarreal, it opened the door to be able to call it on them. Zapien hitting his first 3 at a right time there. They're going to try to answer, and they don't. It goes up and over. The Cyclones will have it. It's almost like 3-second in lane violation call. Once you call one, it opens the door to call the others. You better start being tight on it. We haven't seen one of those. Let's hope we don't here in the overtime. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Smith misses the 3. Turner in transition, slows it up, didn't have the numbers. He had a 1-on-3. Cyclones taking a quick shot there. Wish it would have gone in, but at the very least, we know we're going to get the ball back no matter what. And now a timeout called by Valonia. They had 3. Remember, you get 1 extra timeout. They had 2 at the end of regulation, so they have 3 now. They're taking 1 now. They got 2 left. Russellville with 1 left. Officially 38.7 seconds left and 24 seconds on the shot clock. Cyclones not hitting the shot on the last possession, but what I meant was if you take a quick shot there with more than 35 seconds left, then you get a bonus possession there at the end. So I shouldn't say we know we're going to get the ball back. I'm saying we know they're going to have to shoot it. There's 24 seconds on the shot clock here, 38.7 left in the game. And bounce pass comes near half court. Boy, he almost stepped out there. Watkins was dangerously close to the backcourt. Wouldn't have that been funny? Harrison Lane looking inside for Lane Thomas, flashing to make the steals. KJ Foster, and he's fouled by Harrison Lane, who's upset. And I don't know why he's upset. That was easily, he stepped in there trying to take a charge or trying to get the steal, and KJ had no room. And that's finally the 5th foul called on Valonia. We finally took us a whole quarter and over 3 minutes of an overtime period, but we got there to shooting 2, and KJ shooting 2 here. Missed the second, so it's a 2-point lead for the Cyclones. Shot clock is off. No threes. Turner, don't foul him, and charge taken by KJ Foster. And look at that, I mean, pumping his fist is Chenault. He's giving fist bump. You know, I can't sit there and say that Caleb Campbell's great at taking charges and he's the guy. It's the whole team because Malachi Siner takes him and KJ Foster. Nobody's above taking charges at great times here. The Cyclones, KJ Foster hitting a big free throw there, missing the second one, but he goes down and takes the charge. The Cyclones have it. Craig said it's his nose. That's coming from Reverend Thomas Scott. I see Caleb Campbell. He's got something on his nose. And seeing him up walking around, I can joke a little bit about it. I hope it doesn't hurt his golf career because he joined the golf team this year and was our number 2 on varsity. I mean, immediately, that sucker, Caleb, is good at anything he tries. So I hope it's not broken or anything like that. I'm looking at Caleb, and he's standing, but he's holding gauze on his nose right there. He's probably asking Coach Chenault to come back in the game. I would not doubt it. That kid. The Cyclones with officially 18.0 seconds left in the overtime period. Hey, we got to protect the basketball. See what we learned from the Valley View game. Inbound the ball safely. They get it inbound, an immediate quick foul there called on Valonia. The official blew his whistle, but the official down the floor kept blowing his whistle. He's asking for the basketball. We'll get it to you. I'm surprised a little bit, even with a 2-point lead. I thought maybe they would play defense to see if they could get us to turn the ball over before we crossed half court. They didn't post who the foul was on. But Villarreal going to the free throw line. In and out. Well, you need at least one. 2 would have been great because it had a 2-possession game, but you need at least one here. Cyclones pulling everybody off the lane. Don't want a cheap foul here. All right, that's important. We'll see what they want to do. They do have 2 timeouts left if they want to go for a quick 2, and they're going to take one here. I thought maybe they're going to drive down, you know, how teams hit the quick layup and then call timeout. They still may do that. But they have 1 timeout remaining. The Cyclones do not have a timeout remaining with 12.2 seconds left. Bologna was a 1 seed out of the Central last year, out of their conference last year. They had won 22 games. Their coach, Troy Campbell, left for Cabot. They got Russ Pinnell, who's, like I said, been all over. I didn't mention that he was assistant at Rice. He has been NBA, WNBA, college, now high school. Let's see what they draw up with 12.2 seconds left. You got to wait for the clock to reset. They have 1 timeout. We don't have any. They're going to go for the 3 because they're taking too long. Nope, they're going to go for 2. Step back, launching a 3, missing it. KJ Foster there, get the rebound. You know, if that goes in, you tip your cap to him. You played great defense there. The Cyclones did as a team, and they win this one in overtime, 47-44. They take 3rd place in the V-Town Showdown. They beat the host team, Valonia. More importantly, they get back on the winning track, improved to 7-1 on the season. We're going to pause for about 60 seconds or so, give us a chance to do some totaling, come back, give you point totals, and wrap it up here from Valonia. All right, the Cyclones win it here in overtime, 47-44. And let's just talk a little bit about what happened that overtime period before we go to the totals. And at the end of regulation, the Cyclones were tied with Valonia 38-38. Valonia comes right out in the overtime period, and he gets two big buckets, Lane Turner and Lane Turner and Lucas Powers, and make it 42-38. Sometimes two possessions in an overtime period can seem like a 10-point lead. But it was a three-pointer by Elias Zapian that eventually gave the Cyclones back the lead there. And then it was free throws. Russellville only hit two field goals in the overtime period. Donovan Villarreal with a 2 and Zapian with a 3. But the Cyclones were 4 of 6 from the free throw line in the overtime period. KJ Foster hitting a big one there at the end. Donovan Villarreal it was 3 of 4 in the overtime period to help give the Cyclones the lead. KJ Foster put it as a three-point lead with 1 there at the end. And the Cyclones win it 47-44, an eventful overtime period, eventful game, but overtime period also with Caleb Campbell going down. Caleb looked to be our leading scorer early as he had 7 points in the first quarter, then was called for his third personal foul early in the second quarter and had to go out sit for a while. He did come back in. He and Donovan Villarreal each with 13 points leads the Cyclones. They're the only two Russellville players in double figures. Malachi Siner, a quiet 8 points for Russellville, 5 points for KJ Foster, 3 points for Cade Smith and Elias Zapian. Mateus Borges with 2 points, and we needed every point tonight against Valonia. Lane Turner leading the way for Valonia. He was the only player in double figures, but he did a great job with 21 points in the game. 8 points for Cade Keller, 7 points for Lucas Powers, and 2 points for Brody Jansky, 6 points for Cade Watkins. The Cyclones finished the V-Town Showdown 2-1 during the tournament. They take third place over the host team, the Valonia Eagles, and they move their record to 7-1 on the season. We appreciate you joining us for Cyclone and earlier Lady Cyclone basketball, reminding you that our next broadcast of Russellville High School sports will be on Tuesday as both teams, girls and boys, will travel to Greenbrier for a non-conference matchup before going their separate ways for tournaments and classics in Joplin, Missouri, and Rogers that next week. But we will be on the air a little bit before 6 o'clock on Tuesday. The girls will tip off at 6. The boys will tip off afterwards around 7:30 or so. We also will have the junior high basketball game on Monday night as Russellville Whirlwinds 8th and 9th grade team will host BB. Thanks so much for joining us. If you joined us earlier today, if you joined us tonight, if you joined us for both, we appreciate everybody that watches. You have no idea how happy that makes us. Thank you so much. We couldn't do this without you guys watching. It kind of gives us support there and the reason why we're doing this. Once again, the Cyclones win it here in overtime by a score of 47-44. I'm Mickey Duval saying to you, good night, God bless, and thank you, Tony Basil.